it'd be like to play a team like Ohio State or something like that, right? I mean, you grew up there. This is big for you.
Yeah. It's very big for me. You talking about when I was at the Division II level?
Yeah. Or even before that.
Obviously, it's kind of crazy. Like at the Division II level, like after our games, I'll go watch these type of games. So now I'm playing in these type of games. But I always felt like I could play in these type of games. Like me and my friends always talked about it. So it's just a blessing that I'm here now, for sure.
Well, now you've gotten a taste of this Division I, Division II experience. As far as receivers go, what have you found to be the difference?
I feel like there's good players at both levels, but I could definitely understand here that like players are kind of like a little bit, maybe more like smarter with certain things, like getting your hands off down the field. Like they know your leverage, they know what they can like read the defense a little bit better. So I got to be smart and disciplined and have good eye control all the time. So.
Obviously, Marvin Harrison Jr. is a guy that drawn All-American. What have you seen from him in film study, and what kind of what do you think are going to be some of the keys to at least trying to contain a guy like that?
Yeah. Some of the things I saw on film is like he obviously what stands out the most is a very good like in traffic catcher. So like even if you're there, pretty much he can catch the ball. So we got to get our head around. We got to play with good eye control, good technique. And we got to be physical at the line of scrimmage and everything. So to slow him down. So if we give him too much space, he's very twitchy. He's smart. He's a smart football player, so he can get open.
In matchups like this, especially with guys that come in with reputations like Marvin Harrison Jr., is it, I don't want to say like, do you have to worry about being in awe of a guy, but do you have to just kind of like, I guess, how do you, focus on just the game plan and not get caught up in all the things that you've seen this guy do on TV and study? Yeah,
with that, we got to understand, like, we understand he's a great player. Like, we're not going to take anything from him. He's a very good player. But you got to understand, like, you got to play your style of the game. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to have a good discipline. Do the little things right. You know what I'm saying? So we can't make it too much. We can't give it too much and make it too much to make it to the point where we're playing scared or anything like that. We just got to play our style of ball.
Go ahead.
It's been a lot of like single man coverage, this year, especially on the boundary side. Do you expect trying to bracket a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr., trying to game plan specifically around him, or is it kind of more on you on that island out there to try and make plays?
I'll say it's a little bit of everything. Every single week we pretty much know that there's a receiver that the team likes to go to. So I wouldn't say we bracket him, but we obviously know that's the quarterback's number one target. So I won't say we're going to bracket him, but we're going to switch up the defense a lot to keep him off guard.
So who was the best receiver you went against before you jumped that level? And was there anybody at D2 that really stood out?
We had some good guys. They didn't really do much against our defense, but we had some good like twitchy receivers that were kind of difficult to guard. But obviously it's kind of a different challenge this week and everything like that. But I'm looking forward to it for sure.
But part of what I was getting is like I think you talked about in camp, but you were at that level. Until someone gives you a chance at this level, you don't ever really know. And I'm sure there's other receivers at that level that are in the same boat, right? Like they got overlooked coming out of high school. And just nobody knew.
Oh yeah. There's definitely a couple guys on Ferris State and everything. We had a guy on my team that transferred to Texas A&M and everything. Yeah. So like there's definitely a couple guys like that. So.
Have you gotten feedback from anybody at D2 just saying, hey, good job, and then maybe you open some eyes that it can be done?
Yeah. I think I might have like. At least from my teammates, like I talked to a lot of my teammates back in my schools and my guys, they all congratulated me and everything. Obviously, I feel like I opened the doors kind of thing. Like, they see that I'm doing this, so now they feel like they can do it. So it makes me feel good in a way.
When did you feel like it was the right time to make the jump, from D2 to D1 after starting for 2 years and things like that?
Yeah, I'll be honest, like, I always felt like I said before, I always felt like I was a Division I football player. So, like, even my freshman year when I wasn't even playing, I kind of, like, had it in the back of my mind. Maybe that's not a good thing to say, but I kind of always thought, like, maybe I just could, like, ball out and then take that jump. But I just took it day by day. After I got the All-American season and everything like that, I thought about it. Coach Mitch was still there at the time, so, like, that's my guy. So I talked to him about it, pretty much stayed. Then when we left, I just remade that decision after spring ball. So.
Are you in awe at all, just kind of maybe how fast this is happening? I mean, a year ago you were playing D2 ball. I don't know how many fans they get, but Saturday night you're going up against a first-round draft pick and 80,000 at Camp Randall.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm in awe. I feel like it still hasn't maybe hit me, or I'm just used to it at this point. Like, I talk to my one friend back at Grand Valley all the time. Like, he talks to me, he's like, I don't think you understand how what you're in right now. Like, it hasn't hit me, I don't think, but like I realize what I'm in from everybody else, what they're saying to me. So I'm looking forward to it though.
Who's that? Who's your friend there?
Yeah, my friend JVR Suggs, defensive tackle. real good dude.
You talk about last week. It seemed like you went in there maybe a little earlier than you had in weeks past, going in there early in the first quarter. With the way that you guys rotate, is there any switch when you're getting in maybe earlier than you anticipate, or when you might not know exactly when you're going into the game between you and Alex?
Yeah, the last couple of weeks we've pretty much been every 2 series. We started off the game out and we switched every 2 series from there. Just the way things were going, I feel like Coach Haynes just felt like I was, I had a good week of practice and everything. I was hot during the game a little bit, so I just went, did what I had to do, and was ready when my number was called. So.
Do you prepare differently if you're the starter, understanding that it's the 2 series or whatever the split is?
No, I understand. Regardless, when I do get in the game, I'm gonna be playing with the starters. You know what I'm saying? So we got wherever I'm at, you gotta prepare the same. You gotta prepare like you're starting every week. So.
Did you grow up Ohio State fan? I mean, does this one mean anything to you at all?
I will say I did grow up Ohio State fan. My family is very big Ohio State fans. A lot of my family come up to the game. It is a big game, but at the end of the day, I can't make it too much to them. You know what I'm saying? I got to do my job and everything. Just play my game.
Against receivers with the size that Marvin Harrison does, I mean, you're probably one of the bigger receivers corners on the height-wise on the team, but still somewhat of a bigger size difference. How do you kind of combat that, be it at the line of scrimmage with releases, or be it in the way that you cover them down the field?
Yeah, we got to be very physical with these receivers. The big receivers, all of them are 6'4", 6'1", or bigger, and 200 plus. So I plan on using my length, using my God-given abilities to try and slow them down the line of scrimmage so they don't get free releases. So.
Do coaches ever tell you you got to temper that if you're getting too many penalties or something like that, or how do you balance playing physical but also not going the flag?
We got to play physical, but we got to know when to do it. We got to know when to change from physical to finesse. At the top of the routes and everything, they're gonna get holding calls. As you saw last week, maybe if you watched the game, Penn State had a couple holding calls on Marvin and everything, just being too physical, trying to stop him too much. But you just got to know when to do it and everything.
It's obviously easier said than done, but this Ohio State offense has multiple, teams as they've been in the past. Do you guys feel good about, if we can slow down Harrison, we can slow down Silver, at least maybe eliminate some of the big plays they're used to getting? We're going to be in this in the fourth quarter?
Absolutely. We believe in our team to the utmost. We know that they strive on explosive plays, so we know we have to limit explosive plays. We know that they're going to make plays. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? They're going to make plays. They're good football players. We just got to limit those. We got to limit explosives and just play our style of ball.